The catastrophe. It had shattered the world, leaving behind a wasteland of metal and fire. Magic, once a whisper in the wind, now roared back to life, battling the relentless advance of machines. This was the world Lyra inherited, a world locked in a desperate struggle for survival.
She carried with her a purpose to find the lost Shards of Noctalis, artifacts of immense power that held the key to restoring balance.
Her quest led her to the edge of the Ember Wilds, a place of fire and legend. The air crackled with heat and the distant roar of flames. Smoke billowed into the sky, a grim reminder of the catastrophe that had consumed the world.
Lyra adjusted the pack on her shoulders, her hand instinctively resting on the hilt of her sword. The Ember Wilds awaited. Fear, sharp and cold, pricked at Lyra's heart. She pushed it down, steeling herself for the trials ahead. The fate of the world, she believed, rested on her shoulders. She would not falter.
The Ember Wilds were more than just a forest. They were a living inferno, eternally burning with phoenix fire, remnants of ancient technology that had fused with the very essence of the land. Trees blazed with an internal fire, their leaves shimmering embers against the smoke-filled sky.
The ground beneath Lyra's boots was hot, the air thick with the scent of ash and something else, something ancient and powerful. She could feel the heat searing her lungs with every breath, yet the forest possessed a strange, terrible beauty.
Twisted metal skeletons of buildings reached for the sky like skeletal fingers, consumed by vines and flowers that thrived in the heat. The catastrophe had brought about destruction, but life, tenacious and vibrant, had found a way to return. It was a world in constant flux, a testament to both the destructive and creative forces that warred within it.
Lyra pressed on, her senses on high alert. The story spoke of guardians within the Ember Wilds, beings of fire and magic, tasked with protecting its secrets. She would face them all, overcome any obstacle to claim the shard hidden within.
Her path led her deeper into the heart of the Inferno. It was there she encountered the first guardian, a creature of fire and molten metal, a golem forged in the heart of a dying star. It moved with a terrifying grace, its eyes burning embers that tracked her every move.
But the golem was not her only challenge. An old man, eyes as bright as the phoenix flames, barred her way.
An exiled druid, he was bound to protect the shard hidden within the Ember Wilds. He spoke of trials, of fire and memory, that she must face to prove herself worthy.
Lyra's hand tightened around her sword. "I do not seek to harm this place," she stated, her voice firm despite the tremor in her heart. "I seek only a shard of hope, a way to heal our broken world."
The old druid regarded her with an unreadable expression. He pointed a gnarled finger towards the heart of the Inferno. "The shard rests within the memory tree," he rasped, his voice like crackling embers. "But be warned, child, it will test your spirit, dredge up the ashes of your past."
The path to the memory tree was a gauntlet of fire and shadows. Lyra fought her way through walls of flame, her skin prickling with heat, her lungs burning with each desperate gasp for air. But the physical challenges were nothing compared to the emotional turmoil that awaited her.
As I ventured deeper, the forest twisted my senses, conjuring visions from my past. I saw the destruction of my village, felt the searing pain of losing my family, relived the terror and despair that had haunted me ever since.
The forest whispered her name, taunting her with echoes of her pain. It showed her the darkness within herself, the rage and grief she fought to control. Lyra stumbled, tears stinging her eyes, the weight of her past threatening to consume her.
But I am stronger than my pain. I clung to the memory of my purpose, the hope I carried for a brighter future. I would not let the past break me. I would rise from the ashes, stronger and more determined than ever before.
She reached the memory tree, its bark a swirling mass of molten metal and living wood. The air shimmered around it, thick with magic and the whispers of countless memories. Lyra placed her hand on its trunk, feeling the heat sear her skin, even as a cold, ancient energy flowed into her.
Images flooded my mind, visions of a world bathed in light, of a power that could heal the land and mend the shattered remnants of our world. And then I saw it, nestled amongst the roots of the memory tree. A shard of crystal, pulsating with a light that seemed to banish the shadows around us.
As her fingers closed around the shard, it flared to life. A jolt of energy surged through her, a wave of power that stole her breath and sent her to her knees. She felt a presence within the shard, ancient and powerful, and a warning echoed in her mind.
The shard is only the beginning. There are other realms, more dangerous than this fiery crucible, where the remaining shards lay hidden. You will face even greater trials, confront enemies more terrifying than any you could imagine.
But she was ready. The shard pulsed with her heartbeat, a beacon of hope in a world consumed by darkness. Lyra rose to her feet, the echoes of the past fading before the promise of a brighter future. The journey had just begun.